Good morning, everybody. Oh, there goes a criminal just as soon as I start recording. I hope everybody's doing well on this Monday, August 7, 2023. It is a balmy day in the neighborhood here. We already had rain. They predicted rain around 11 o'clock for a little while, but no, it started an hour early just to interrupt everything. And also, when I woke up this morning, guess what the criminals had in store for me? Well, chicken coop number 1, they unplugged. So this is one of the security lights that I have here. They're motion sensor lights. But they're everywhere. So there's one on the chicken coop. So what the criminals did is they disconnected the cord and left it dangling. They turned the light off, which means they had to move a button on it. So they switched it off, disconnected the solar panel from the light, let the cord dangle down. Now that cord was all raveled up because it was long with one of those little, what do they call them? A little, not a zip tie, one of those little wiry thingies, a fastener. So the fastener was unfastened from the wire. The wire was hanging down. The switch was turned off, and the actual lights were turned on a diagonal. This was intentional so that when they're in front of it doing their dirty deeds, the lights won't go off to signal my cameras or me. So yes, so now this is proof that somebody was on the property last night, or I should say early this morning, sometime after 3 a.m. Then I received a phone call, but before I go into the rest of it, right? I hope everybody's doing well. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I moved to rural Kentucky, 793 people in this little town, from Manalapan, New Jersey, in a home I lived in for 30 years. There are 47,000 people living in Manalapan, New Jersey. 47,000. Now that's according to the census, which is usually wrong because there are so many people that do not respond to the census, and just because somebody pays property taxes, it doesn't mean that there is not more than one individual living in that home, right? So there could be multiple families living in one home in New Jersey since the homes are so large. But anyway, here we've got 793 people. Yes, and crime seems to pay around here. Everybody's involved in organized stalking and crime. So but please hit the thumbs up, like, comment, share. So I'm going to get into what else happened today. Okay. So I've noticed last night when I was cleaning up my property here, I used my DR trimmer to trim around the fencing, and some criminal was around my fence, bending it, denting it, and cutting it. So there are several cuts in the fence that were not there before. Then this morning I get a phone call from my real estate agent because I casually mentioned that I have divided up my property into 3s and have listed 2 pieces of land for sale. And these criminals located it online and contacted the broker to complain. And I'm going to tell you the person's name who called the first time was named Tyla. Tyla, a female. And she's calling from a phone number of an Eddie A. Van Winkle, who's age 75, born January 1948. The phone number that was called from was 859-986-8451. It was a landline. They live on Highway 421. I guarantee the 75-year-old man didn't call or have any knowledge that this woman was using his landline to place the phone call. Okay, this is how moronic these people are, folks. That was the first call. The individual called at 6 a.m. this morning searching for the broker that listed my property for sale. And this is the moronic comment she made. Oh, you can't sell that property because the former owner, get this folks, don't roll around dying laughing or shaking your head at how stupid these people are. The former owner said it can't be sold. I kid you not, folks. The former owner said it can't be sold. Isn't that amazing? Well, I'm going to tell you, the former owner was 96 years old when he's passed. And he had a will. And everything was willed down to his 2 sons, who voluntarily listed the property for sale after dividing it. He divided it by selling 20 acres of the land to my neighbor across the street. And then the rest of the property he sold separately, and I was the fortunate buyer from New Jersey. I purchased it sight unseen. Yes, folks. The first time I came to this town to see the actual property was the day of my closing. That's right. And I'm just going to say for the record, I now have watched 3 homesteading YouTube channels, people that live in eastern Tennessee, that have attested to the fact that not only are their housing prices increasing, but people from the West Coast, from California, New York, and New Jersey are buying up all the land. They're buying up the houses, they're buying the land, sight unseen, for cash, and for more than the property was listed for. Because people want to park their money, and they want to park it in real estate. And what better place to have it is in an off-grid situation, right, folks? So my 2 properties are listed for sale, and I guarantee nobody around here is going to buy it. So all you Californians out there on the West Coast, you're looking to live off the grid, I've got 3.1 acres for sale. It's already on a separate deed. It's already been surveyed. And then I've got land across the street. It's 1.67 acres. Although that's going to need to be corrected somewhat because my land surveyor appears to have been co-opted and needs to do a little correction on the actual survey that I just noticed about a month or so ago. But that's what these criminals will do. They will stoop at nothing to steal somebody else's property. But yes, so they have contacted my realtor and threatened them about selling my property, which I had already forewarned them. And then I received another phone call from my realtor saying that 2 more people called. I said, could you please tell me who? There has to be caller ID. There has to be a name. You can't just take these anonymous phone calls and believe what you're hearing. And also, if somebody is calling a business and threatening a business that sells real estate to not do something, if it were my business, I'd be on the phone with the police department filing a report in a hot minute. Somebody's threatening a business, that is considered to be a terror threat, right, folks? We all know that. It's a terror threat. These people are making terrorist threats to a broker, to a realtor. I think that's cause for an arrest, don't you? So yeah, I walked around my property and I noticed that they're bending the fencing on the right-hand side here and have actually cut it and actually pulled some of it away from the post. These criminals will do anything to sabotage land and property, deteriorate the value. But I know for a fact that even if there were no buildings on this property, if it didn't have all the accoutrements and stuff, it would still sell for a lot of money. I'm sure there's some person in California, Arizona, You want to move back here? Actually, I met somebody from Arizona around here. East Coasters, New York, New Jersey, you know how bad your property taxes are. Come on down to Kentucky. You too can pay farm taxes for your property. And then when you reach 65 years old like me, you can apply for your homestead rebate, which is what I'm going to do, which means that I won't have to pay taxes at all. That's right. When you turn 65 here in Kentucky, you can apply for your homestead rebate and get your taxes nullified. So anyway, that's next on my list to do, since I am 65 years old now. And then I won't have to pay property taxes, and then I won't owe them a damn thing. And maybe I will go off the grid. Maybe I should get my own internet. Maybe I should get my own electricity and solar panels. Because right now, my 1 gigabyte, I pay for 1 gigabyte of high-speed internet. And my internet is showing up between 41 and 81 Mbps or whatever it is, which is extremely slow. It should be up in the 5, 6, 7, 800 range for having 1 gigabyte. Right, folks? It's just little old me. But that's my rant for this morning. What are you guys doing? What kind of torture did you experience overnight by the morons that control your life or attempt to control your life? Because that's what they are, folks. When people try to control another person, they have no control over their own lives. And I've said this before. Imagine, just imagine, when you grow up, you want to make your parents proud to a certain extent, right? You want to show your parents that you grew up and you were an upstanding citizen. Think of these, I'll use the word gang stalker, organized stalking, organized crime. What can they say for themselves about their lives? They wake up every morning and think about what they can do to sabotage someone else's life. Whether it's mine, yours, the people that are going to be placed on a list, because you know everybody's going to be on the list, including them. Because you know how it works. When they employ these little community-based stalker creatures, they learn too much about what's going on. And they're going to be the ones that are going to disappear too. They are the useful idiots that will be used up and gotten rid of when they're no longer needed. They're not really making anybody money. They're actually costing money. And when you cost someone money, rather than earn them money, you're not useful anymore. So that's my little rant for this morning. I apologize for not posting a video last night. I intended to, but I spent about 2 hours DR trimming. It's like a big weed whacker, trimming all of this, and I've got a little piece left I've got to do here, a little piece in another corner. But I was really tired. And I thought I was going to get it done this morning, but then it rained. So we'll have to try later on today. But I will be posting more information through reading from the John Hall book, Guinea Pigs. And I do have a bunch of other books that I'd like to read excerpts from. They won't necessarily be in any particular order, but I'll label them accordingly so that you can always search my channel for them by going to the home page, and on the right hand side there's usually, it looks like a little magnifying glass, and in that magnifying glass that is the search. So you can search keywords on my channel. Like if you search keyword neighbor or keyword triangle, you'll see a lot of videos about the triangles that they leave on my property, the triangle pieces of glass, the triangle cuts, etc., etc. So yeah, so that's how you can search for things on not only my channel but others through the keyword searches. But I hope everybody's doing well. Oh! he's going to attack me. This is the one. You the nasty one. You the meanie. You the meanie. That's a boy, by the way. Here he comes. He's sneaky. Like if I walk, watch. He'll turn around and like threaten me a little bit. That's his little girlfriend there. I guess I know it's his wife. I have to call it what it is. It's his wife. And if I go near his wife, he'll just do a little spin in a circle and to kind of threaten me so that I leave her alone. Poor thing. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Oh, here comes some other little creatures, my little birdies. At least we have a nice breeze here. It was so humid, guys, like 100% humidity. But we have a nice breeze today. And I apologize for the blurriness of my phone camera. It wasn't like that when I moved here. It's been about 6 months. Yeah, about 6 months, 7 months that it has been blurred like this. It's the criminals do this. You know, I don't usually carry my phone with me. I know it's a tracker. And besides the fact that when I'm roaming around the property, I'll leave it somewhere, and then it's like, oh goodness, I'll go back to my house and realize that I've left it on the porch somewhere, or I left it on a tree trunk in the field, and then I gotta walk back and get it, and it's just a pain. So I just leave it in the house. Right, guys? So anyway, remember to hit the thumbs up. If you subscribe, remember to hit the notifications bell, so that you receive notifications when I post videos. And guys, you want to say hello? Would you like to say hello to everybody? Ow! Oh, somebody's pecking on me. You pecking on me? Was that you, Henry? Or was that you? Henry, was that you? Did you just peck on me? You're not going to own it, huh? All right. Well, do you say goodbye to everybody? Say bye-bye. Can you do a cock-a-doodle-doo? No? All right. Well, I hope everybody's going to have a good day. I will post something later. Signing off for now.